Greetings all true believers and welcome to Covenant Canon. Today we'll be continuing the history of the Covenant Empire with the taming of the Lekgolo, a conflict that brought this worm-like species into the old hegemony. Let's get started. Everyone, this is Covenant Canon. After the formation of the Covenant Empire, early experiments with the luminaries reverse engineered from the Forerunner Dreadnought and High Charity led the Covenant to Tay in the Sevier system, near Oros, the home system of the Sangheli, in 789 BCE. While the Sanshayum and Zangheli hoped to find Forerunner artifacts, they instead found hives of Lekgolo inside the orbital rings surrounding their planet. The rings of Tay were in fact destroyed remains of an ancient Forerunner orbital. The relics have been the Lekgolo's food for millennia, and the rings were actually composed of digested and destroyed former relics that some of the Lekgolo had been consuming. However, the Lekgolo colonies had very different diets, as some would eat only the former alloy, while others would eat everything except the former materials. Appalled by this desecration, the Sanshayum prophets ordered the Sangheli to eliminate the Lekgolo for unauthorized contact with the former artifacts. Covenant fleet commanders soon found that indiscriminate destruction would have been unacceptable consequences since the Lekgolo were living on sacred relics that the Sangheli were trying to preserve. Simply annihilating the Lekgolo would have resulted in the destruction of almost all the relics. The first battle against the Lekgolo saw the Covenant's first military defeat. The Covenant sought to take control of the Lekgolo homeworld, Tay, due to its rich deposits of heavy metals. The high gravity conditions of the planet proved particularly difficult for the Covenant to carry out a ground campaign while serving as a tremendous advantage for the native Lekgolo, who were able to combine into Mecha Lekgolo and even other more powerful creatures. The Covenant military first encountered the Mecha Lekgolo forms in 784 BCE on the natural satellite of Tay, Rentus. Consequently, the Lekgolo won most, if not all, ground engagements. The Covenant forces were completely overwhelmed by the sheer size and ferocity of their foes. The hierarchs of the Covenant High Council assigned an arbiter to help end the war through an unconventional way. The arbiter traveled to Rantu, one of the moons of Tay that contained the Lekgolo colony. For an entire year, this arbiter remained on the moon and studied the Lekgolo's strengths and weaknesses. On Rantu, the arbiter encountered more Mecha Lekgolo forms and engaged them in combat. When he returned to the Covenant holy city of High Charity, the arbiter suggested that the Lekgolo could be tamed and put to better use as part of the Covenant hierarchy. Despite viewing the Lekgolo's destruction of Forerunner artifacts as heresy, the Sanshayum recognized their potential and absolved the Lekgolo of their transgressions against the Covenant religion, allowing them to join the hegemony as a client race. Despite initial difficulties in communication, the competent Lekgolo were incorporated into the Writ of Union in 784 BCE. Impressed by the Mecha Lekgolo's fine prowess, the Sangheli incorporated them into the Covenant military. After many experimentations, individual Lekgolo warrants were given proper training by Sanshayum ascetic priests and were used to explore the electrical pathways within the mighty Forerunner Dreadnought within High Charity. In exchange for providing troops and manual labor to the Covenant, the Lekgolo will grant access to Covenant advanced space technology, elevating them from a native Tier 3 race to a Covenant Tier 2. The taming of the Lekgolo will be the first conflict that brought a species within the Covenant Empire after its formation. The Lekgolo and the Sangheli formed a close bond that lasted even after the Covenant's collapse following the death of the High Prophet of Truth in 2552, with many Mecha Lekgolo flocking towards the Swords of Sanghelios coalition, while others turned towards other Covenant remnant factions. Well guys, that's it for today. If you like what you saw here, please hit a like and subscribe. Next week I'll be doing a theory video on why the Sangheli could come back as a playable race again in Halo 6. This has been Covenant Canon.
You have some brains on your face.